I think this is Orange Dream and one copy of Enchi Clown. It's also het pied, but has markers on it. What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here for Muscle Serpents Daily. Today, I decided I'm going to show off some clutches that I don't never show, really. My ball python clutches that are double, triple het stuff I produced last year that's sitting in the rack, growing up. Hopefully, at some point in the future, we'll get to breed. They're not the glamour girls and glamour boys that I show you sometimes with the crazy, crazy, insane colors. But they're the workhorses that will get the job done in the future and will produce some amazing peacock-looking. Speaking of peacocks, the peacocks are running in the background there. Obviously, you can see them, but they're running all around my property here. The peacocking-looking ball pythons that we produce. So you have to make the double, triple, quadruple hets, breed them together, pray a lot, and then every once in a while you hit the jackpot and you get a tremendous, tremendous animal produced. And that's what it's all about. You can't just play it safe and make stuff that's still already out there. I mean, you could do that, but if you want to make something that can put your own stamp on and say, hey, I made this first, or hey, this was my creation, I came up with this in my mind, it took me 6 years, but I finally did it. It's very gratifying when it finally gets done, I got to tell you. And it takes a lot of patience. So we're going to go into that snake room. I'm going to show you a couple clutches of stuff that I got in the racks that are just basically growing themselves up, and hopefully at some point in the future we're going to make some great stuff from it. Stay tuned. All right, I'm going to be looking at another clutch of ball pythons that we produced last year. The breeding was a Super Hurricane Enchi Hypo Rainbow. You guys know that as the ultraviolet. We bred it to an Orange Dream Pastel Clown. And the idea was to produce triple het clown, hypo, and rainbows. Okay, and we're growing these little babies up. They're not that big. We're kind of slow growing them, taking our time. This is what I believe to be a pastel Orange Dream, Hurricane, Enchi, triple het, clown, hypo, and rainbow. Really nice colors in this. I really like the way the Orange Dream and Hurricane work really well together. Pastel can sometimes make things a little harder to identify in terms of Hurricane, but I can see the Hurricane swirls here. Pastel erases a lot of the Hurricane swirls. So I'm not 100% positive on the Hurricane, but I'm pretty sure because there's a lot of darkness in this snake right here. And it's the only morph that could, it's the only gene that could have created that darkness in here. So I'm pretty sure this is Hurricane Orange Dream Pastel Clown, or pastel, excuse me, pastel het clown, het hypo, het rainbow. So, future super freak here. This one's pretty easy to ID if you know what you're looking at. Only thing it could be is Hurricane, triple het, clown, hypo, and rainbow. Now, it doesn't look like your typical Hurricane. You see the dark circles here, you see all the little doohickeys, but you don't see those like front double bicep poses, the bicep bodybuilder poses of the Hurricane swirls. And that's because when you have clown in its het form, it definitely changes pattern and reduces it a little bit. And a lot of people don't really, I don't know, not that many people talk about it. It's really hard to define what clown does with one copy, but I've seen it enough now that it definitely changes the pattern and reduces it a little bit. So this is definitely Hurricane. There's no other gene here that I can see. And it's, once again, triple het for rainbow, hypo, and clown. So once again, a lot of potential, but this is going to be these are going to be hard genes to hit because we're going to have triple het to triple het, and that's going to be like a 1 in 64 chance. And in the history of ball pythons, there's never been a ball python that laid 64 eggs in one clutch. And it ain't gonna happen to here first, I'm sure. So you just gotta get really lucky. I've seen people hit quad hets to quad het. We've seen it happen. So it just takes a little luck and the gods blessing you. All right, now this one I think is pretty similar to the last one, except it's got Orange Dream in it. So I think this is Orange Dream Hurricane, Het Hypo, Het Rainbow, and Het Clown. So definitely I see an Orange Dream look to it, and it's got very busy in these alien heads. So I'm probably assuming that there's Hurricane in here. And actually, you know what? Everything has Hurricane. I forgot. The father was Super Hurricane. So yeah, I mean, I'm showing you how to identify, but I know for a fact that everything is Hurricane. Even if I have a little amnesia sometimes when I'm doing these videos, everything has got to be Hurricane. So far, I've been right. I teed everything having a Hurricane in it. This is one of the nicest ones. This is Orange Dream Hurricane Enchi. Similar to the other ones, but I really like the way this one looks. And here's another, last one, Enchi Hurricane triple het. Let's put it right here on the floor. And this has got OD too. So this is OD, Enchi Hurricane, triple het, Rainbow, Hypo, Clown. Rainbow Clown's gonna be insane. Can't wait till someone makes them. I hope I'm the first, but you know, it's not necessarily gonna happen for me. But I can't wait to see what they look like. Desert Ghost, Rainbow Clown's gonna look great also. And we got that on the potential back burner too. I'll show you those in a second. So, once again, a little grow up project. We got to get Pablo to start feeding these a little heavy now that they're a year old. All right, here's the clutch I was just telling you about. This was the clutch that we bred our Ultraviolet, which is our Super Hurricane Enchi Hypo Rainbow, to a Pastel Desert Ghost female. And everything is going to be triple het for Desert Ghost, Rainbow, and Hypo. And everything's going to be Hurricane in the very least. This is Hurricane, triple het, male. Here's another. Whoa, we almost got bit. This I believe to be a Hurricane Enchi triple het, Desert Ghost, Rainbow, and Hypo. I was wrong, by the way. Well, it wasn't. I thought it was Clown, but it was Hypo. Hypo, Desert Ghost, and Rainbow, which I still think is going to yield an insane looking snake. Here's an interest. This female is a Hurricane Pastel Enchi triple het, Desert Ghost, Rainbow, and Hypo. So we have a couple we have that pastel gene in here, we have Enchi in here, and then everything is Hurricane too. So obviously the Hurricane is key because you want that Super Hurricane with those other genes. We know Super Hurricane Rainbows are insane. We know Super Hurricane Hypo Rainbows are insane because we've already produced them. What will it look like with Desert Ghost? And that's what we're trying to find out. All right, here's a Hurricane Enchi Pastel again, triple het, Desert Ghost, Rainbow, and Hypo. I have two pairs of these. Actually, I think I have an extra female. Actually, I have an extra male. So I have 3 males and 2 females, which doesn't hurt. Backup. It's always good to have backup. I sold 2 pair of these. I'm pretty sure that one of the pairs are already ready to breed this coming season, from what I'm being told by my friend who bought him. And I hope he produces. I hope he makes them before I do. I mean, he's definitely going to make them before I do, but I hope he produces this season. I would love to see what a Rainbow Desert Ghost looks like. It's going to be exquisite. All right, here's another insane clutch. This was an Enchi Super Pastel Desert Ghost Het Clown male. So Enchi Super Pastel Desert Ghost Het Clown. So everything's going to be pastel. Some of it will be Enchi too, and then everything's going to be Het Desert Ghost. And I bred it to a Pastel Clown. It was leopard also. It had a new gene in it that I've been working on these past couple of years, and it was lesser. So it was a visual clown. So obviously we're able to hit some visual clowns. Everything will be Desert Ghost. This is a lesser, what I believe to be new gene leopard. And I don't know if it's super pastel or not. It looks like it could be super pastel. It's definitely a visual clown, and it's het for Desert Ghost. So we've got a lot of genes in this snake, and just shed, looking really nice, really beautiful. That new gene definitely does some wacky stuff to the pattern, but the snake is, you know, the snake is over a year old now, and so it's starting to change a little bit in the way it looks. Hopefully by next year we'll be able to breed these guys. I'll show you some more from this clutch. Here's a pastel Enchi version of it. Once again, everything is, this is het Desert Ghost and het clown. This was the visual clown. All right, here's a really nice combo. This is lesser, pastel, possibly new gene in there. I'm not really sure. I can't prove it. I'll have to prove it out. I mean, if you're breeding, it's het clown and het Desert Ghost. A lot of interesting pattern here, a lot of blushing and stuff going on, so we'll see. Once again, we can produce Desert Ghost clowns with these guys, and we will have done our duty. Here's another really nice one. It's very similar. This is lesser, possible super pastel, het clown and het Desert Ghost, and we only hit the visual clown on one of them. Here's another one in the same clutch. Once again, in the rack growing up. I don't show you this that much because it doesn't matter. Just growing them. Pastel lesser Enchi, new gene, possibly het Desert Ghost het clown. So we only got the one. All the babies in this, they're all have potential because they're het Desert Ghost and het clown, but only this one had the visual clown. So we didn't hit great odds with this. All right, since we're looking at clutches real fast, here's another clutch. This is our last clutch of the year. This was our Enchi Clown Het Pied. It was bred to an Orange Dream Enchi Het Clown and Het Pied. I love this. I love this little boy. This is Orange Dream Super Enchi Clown, and this is 66% Het Pied. Look at that. I showed you these the other day, but they were still in shed. They hadn't shed out. So look how clean that is. Look what Super Enchi does. I mean, with clown, just really nice. Let me back it up a little bit here. I love how that looks. Beautiful. Look at how clean that is. That is a clean snake. Now here, this is not a visual clown, but this is an Orange Dream Super Enchi also, it looks like. Het clown with, it's also 66% het pied, but it's got pied markers on it. So meaning that you turn it over, it's got the railroad tracks by the tail. And the way to tell that is you just hold it up and you can see parallel lines running down to the tail. It's hard to do. I'm the only person here. I don't have anyone to hold it for me to hold the camera. But really nice color, you know, especially since it was not a visual clown. And this might just be a keeper because this male is so nice. Here's another gorgeous het clown. Orange Dream Enchi, also het clown. This one also has pied markers as well. So more than likely it's gonna prove out to be het pied. But look at that orange, look how clean. Really, really, really nice. I'm very, very happy with this, the way this came out. Look at that. I mean, you don't get much cleaner than that, orange-wise. And this little squirt finally shed out, first shed. And Enchi Orange, actually this might be the second shed. Enchi Orange Dream Clown. So visual clown right here. He's a little, this girl's a little on the smaller side, but she's really nice. Very reduced pattern down her back here on the dorsal striping. I'm pretty sure she's Orange Dream. I mean, you know what it is? Enchi cleans things up so well that sometimes it can disguise itself as, it looks a little more orange because clowns are orange to begin with. But I think this is Orange Dream and one copy of Enchi Clown. It's also het pied, but has markers on it too. Let's see if we can turn it over. I can do this with all by myself. See, if you look by the tail and you see these like lines, these little parallel lines, the patterning, you run it parallel along the bottom of the, actually I don't know if this one has the pied markers. I think I just had an inkling. This one really doesn't have pied markers. But we can test their sheds. I can send that shed in and have them tested, see if this girl is carrying the pied gene. We have that now we have that technological advantage that we didn't have in the past, to be able to test sheds and have their DNA tested to see if they actually have certain genes in them. And that's tremendous, because that'll really raise the value of what this girl is, you know, because if she's not het pied, she's going to be worth a lot less. If she is het pied, she's worth a lot more. So it pays on your high-end animals to have them tested, so you can sell them with that certificate of authenticity, saying, hey, look, I know this is het pied, here it is. Full transparency is the best way to be as a breeder. All right, guys, that's going to do it for today here at Palumbo's Pythons and Boas. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you understand why we do the things we do, why we breed recessives to double recessives and double recessives to double recessives and produce quad hets, because that's how you make stuff that no one else has made. I know Justin Kabilka does it, you know, Ozzy does it, everyone does it. And it's frustrating because a lot of times you breed them together and you produce nothing, you know? Imagine quad het to quad het, you hit one recessive. And then all the rest, you don't even know what it is. You're like, well, they're possible hets. What should I do with them? A lot of times you have to just sell them as possible hets. And then you sell some possible hets and someone buys a pair of them and then they produce the visual out of it. You just never know. It's that, you know, there's a very big luck component when it comes to breeding. But you have to be in it to win it. The old, you know, lottery saying, right? If you don't try, you're never going to make it. So don't get discouraged. Don't be lazy. You have to have a certain percentage of your ball pythons that are you're trying to make something crazy. That if you don't, it's not the end of the world. But you know, at least you know you got your lottery ticket in your drawer, and it might come in one day, and you might hit it big. And that's what today's video is about. You know, thinking big, thinking about the future, trying to come up with something that no one else has come up with. Believe in your project, stick with it, don't quit. And one day, you might produce something amazing. And on those wise words, guys, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. Hit that like button. I'll see you back tomorrow morning.